house. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
I said certified freak, 7 days a week.
Hi everyone, welcome to the 6th episode of The Gays. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about WAP. There's a lot to talk about.
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
But there's a lot to talk about. This subject has many layers. So I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? I'm gonna volley this one to Alex first. I'm gonna let Miss Lexi talk about what she's thinking.
Yes. So Miss WAP broke the internet. It's all over TikTok, all over the streaming charts. I think one layer is that it's a female rap collab.
Right.
So that's something I can't remember maybe Motorsport, but like that wasn't really a song
that was not
to themselves. It wasn't really a song to themselves.
Yeah,
right.
It was like a feature, but that was like the last time I can remember two female rappers on like one song. But like this is like this is like it's all women in the video. Like I can't things like that. So
Flavor.
that's one thing that made it very big, and I guess the guest collabs and all that stuff. So it's very women empowerment, and I guess with that, in our society, there are people who don't like women taking initiative, taking ownership of sexuality and things like that. And so with lyrics that are very bold and very commanding, comes hatred, and hatred also fuels popularity. But like that's a whole nother thing. And so it's kind of a cultural reset, as you would say right now. Everyone's talking about it, and like it's starting conversation. So we want to have our own little conversation. So what do you think is the significance behind this, and how do you think it's kind of changing or like calling for conversation about music right now?
James, maybe?
Go ahead. Oh, okay. Well, I just think as somebody, I love when women are just embrace their sexualities. I think it's women empowering, and it's very nice to see that. And like obviously I took a lot of joy, and I was like living like word bitches, like y'all fucking ate. But also I saw a lot of things on Twitter just about how these lyrics are too sexual for younger audiences, and I was just like, come on, like who's in their right mind is letting you listen to this shit in the first place? Obviously it's not a 10 and under song anyway,
right?
So, but also let's talk about Wet and Gushy, right, would be like the censored
the clean version, right?
But like let's talk about how when we were younger, let's think about Bedrock, right?
So many songs.
Like,
I can make your bed rock. Yeah, I was 10 when that song came out.
Exactly. So like your kids know what that means, so calm down. And for me, what I liked about it was, I would say, you don't often, like Alex was saying, you don't often see two female rappers like collabing,
I think it's like that big, like, because these are some of the biggest rappers. Obviously you have
and Nicki, but like no, she did Doja, but Doja's not like, I mean to me.
Let me ask
when you guys are like the top girls in the game, and let's Doja in general right now.
Right.
They both have gotten a number one recent, like in their careers, and then like now they're coming together, like talking about Megan and Cardi.
Right, and so like also too, you have to think about the layers of Megan coming off of, I don't know if this was filmed before or after when she was shot, but you have to think about that. She had an act of violence against her from a man. Tory Lanez, we don't claim, but she had that. And so if we want to think about her releasing this after that, I think it's really empowering to say, like, this is my womanhood. I am a Black woman, and I feel very empowered to share what I want to share, and she's writing her own story, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. I have something to say about the whole children thing. It kind of makes no sense to me because there are plenty of male rappers doing this.
Right.
Right.
Like, let's look at the standards.
Right. Like, we don't claim him, but you know, I know for sure there's a 6ix9ine song where he goes dick riding, blah blah blah. There's that song, whatever. And so people be like at my like university and things like that, and like on TikTok and whatnot. Songs like that are like big, but it's like when it comes to this, it creates conversation of like, oh, why is that? Like, why are they talking about that? Why is it? It becomes always a why, and but never the same discourse or like criticism. Yeah, it's applied to like male counterparts where it's like, yeah,
it's getting weird.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's just like double standard that all these female rappers are, and just celebrities in general, they're supposed to uphold this role of being a role model for these younger people, but we don't hold these male celebrities and rappers to the same regard. I think a lot of the time, some music that I hear on the radio. So I'm not, because I can't generalize rap music in general, but a lot of some music on the radio that I hear that are considered rap. It's very sexualized, and I don't think there's any problem with like being sexual and like talking about sexual lyrics and stuff like that. But when you're not good, anyways,
we're not
Lana. Whole conversation about white women. Let's get into that a little later.
I'm gonna flash the.
Give me my flowers.
The White Lives Matter. The fucking.
Literally.
Yeah.
But I just think that
Ashley, this is not.
Hey girl.
Anyway.
Yes. Get in, Ashley. No wait, let
Come
Ashley.
on. Like, come
Wait,
here, girl.
She can be our fourth co-host. Let us. Does she watch WAP?
Yeah, we can have her talk about it, I guess.
Come on, get her.
Give us her tea. Give us her tea, girl.
Two little seconds.
Okay, Ashley, come in.
I'm crazy right now. I'm not gonna recognize
Okay,
me.
so she doesn't want to come in because she looks crazy.
Ashley, come on. For the channel.
Ashley, what are your thoughts on WAP and women's sexual empowerment? Just like it doesn't matter if you like the song or not, but just like the message of women in rap talking about sexual things and the criticism they're facing.
Well, me personally, I don't have a problem with it. The problem that I do have with it is all the straight black males that are talking shit about black women owning their sexuality.
Oh,
that's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
That is my
Why are you in women's business?
Hold on, let me just say this. Let me just say this, Greg. This is what you need to do. You need to stay out of women's business.
Like, why are
not just black women, but just like femmes of color. And I think that black men are trying to steal this moment away from us.
Yeah.
You're right. Trying to humble them.
Yeah. And like I said, like, people always feel the need to humble not only femmes of color, but black women too. Like, there's a constant need to do that. I don't understand why. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that whole time.
Right. It's because they feel like, you know, black femmes.
We shouldn't be
more femmes in general, but you know, there's also like intersectionality, you know, racism plays into it. So black femmes,
of course,
at the bottom of the playing field. What do you call it? Femininity is associated with weakness, and then you know, blackness is associated with like undesirability. So when you have
but that's the thing. When Rick Ross talks about the same shit, nobody says anything
because he has
exactly,
and it's like oh yeah, you know. So it's like,
oh my god, wait, my nephew's here. I'll be right back, but keep the conversation going.
Right.
Like 2 seconds.
yeah. Anyway, not the little skedaddle, but yeah, I definitely like totally agree with what your sister and you are saying. It's very, I just hate the double standards, like, and just we're celebrating this thing, and then you come into the comments like, oh, but trying to humble, and it's like we're having this celebration of each other, this moment where that we're sharing with one another, but then you want to come in with your negativity. That's just not, it wasn't asked for, it's out of place, it's just not, it's not a conversation that we want to have and that we want you to talk about. And it's very telling. It's just like, it's a lot of misogyny, and then just all these things that play a part of why WAP has gone a lot of critical acclaim, but also a lot of negativity and backlash towards it.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know why you're looking at 30-year-old women to be your I don't know how old, but close to 25, 30-year-old women to be your 10-year-old daughter's role model. Like go to Disney Channel, maybe like like YouTube for kids.
Disney Channel.
Like there are platforms where your kids can watch media and you can control that as a parent. So I just don't understand why it's an issue. And there's a clean version too, because I know for sure when I was little I listened to like some more vulgar things and I never knew the meanings till I was like I was older. So it's like when you're little you really don't care about words as much, you care more about the way the music makes you feel. So I just think play the instrumental version. I don't know, just like do whatever you can, but I don't think yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, girly pop. What did I miss?
I was just saying that like I don't understand why these 25, 30-year-old women have to be role models for your 10-year-old kid. Like there are role models on Nick Jr., Disney Channel, cartoon like
there are role models. If you want a role model, you say hi to Nihao Kailan. Hey girl, have a pig.
Have we touched on the Kylie weirdness yet?
Oh, Kylie?
No, we have not.
Okay, for me, it's like I think it's very convenient for everyone to hate on the Kardashians, but also like the Kardashians are like problematic. So, I don't know what the choice was behind that. Like I don't know does anyone have any thoughts on that?
I don't know. Was it due to because it was kind of random, like the Kylie, then Normani, then like. I think they just put him there just to put him there, I guess.
Because you had mostly women of color,
Right.
It was just Kylie.
And I remember one of them was like a famous girl. She has like an OnlyFans or something. And she's like, I forget her name.
I think her name's like Suki Hannah.
Suki, something like that.
Yeah.
I just remember, I don't know who she is. I don't know who she is, but I know I was on her Twitter. She's like, yeah, I make so much money from my like OnlyFans or something like that. I don't know. God forbid, I don't know if she does actually have a singing or acting career. I don't know her, so like she may have stuff other than that. But that's what I saw. She had a nice speech about like how like her making money and doing all these great things with her sex work is like sex work is still work. It still needs to be respected. I still have like people.
Well, we should legalize it. Let's talk about that.
Let's have that conversation.
Because I think like if we legalize it, it's not to say like certain bad aspects of sex work. Like it's not to say sex work can't be demeaning for some people, but at the same time, like that's a personal choice usually, not in all cases. But I think also too when you legalize it, we look at making things safer, making things less taboo, which is always a good thing. At least in my opinion.
That's why a lot of people are going to like OnlyFans and all these places because they can be their own boss instead of working under some big, porn conglomerate.
Who doesn't even pay you, by the way.
Right. I heard that these companies, don't ask me how I know this, but is this whatever? We're PG-13 anyways. There's a whole like system set up where is that like, if you're like a straight man, you can make the least amount of money, straight men. And then
good.
Yes. Right. And then if you're doing gay stuff, you make more. And then like if you're a woman, like you make like the most money. Right. But also it's like you're probably the most tired because you're getting penetrated. You're getting like all these things that like
literally they do all the work.
Right. They do. Yeah. So it's like for men,
it gives me that buzz.
And you also have to like make yourself look like all this stuff.
You have to look the part.
Right. So it's all this acting plus physical, like
the acting of these poor women who have to act like this is enjoyable because, like, again, like a straight point is so for like male consumption.
Yes. Through the male lens. Yes.
Yeah, that's starting to change. Like I know they make like certain websites for more like from the female perspective, like but like think about the labor that goes into like a sex scene, especially if like you're not really passionate about it.
And you're filming multiple a day, like multiple movies.
Yeah.
How long are they? Like an hour, maybe an hour
of you just getting fully like just like no.
Yeah, but and then when you release these your OnlyFans videos or like these scenes, like these straight males will consume what you're giving us, right? What you're giving them, right? But then they're gonna insult you, put you down for doing said things. Like it's very like you're watching my shit, you're beating your meatage or whatever the fuck, but then you're gonna come on and be like, oh well, these porn stars are sluts, these OnlyFans girls are sluts, all these things. I'm like, but you're consuming in whatever they're creating.
Right, you weren't saying that 2 seconds ago with the hand in the palm, like with Rosie Palm. Like, come on.
Like, how are you anti-sex work, but then you watch? So it's like, basically what you're saying is you don't see the people in your movies that you love to watch under the covers with your tissue. You don't see them, the actors as people. Because when you see the real people behind it, you're like all anti this and that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Men want
setting
men
them
want
hate
sex,
comments.
but they don't want women to be empowered by it.
Right.
Like it's a thing for them to be degraded. So
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, in general, the treatment of women, men being in their women's business, saying what they should and cannot do, just so outdated. Like we are not living in the 15th century anymore.
Let's give it up to God.
Yeah. And if you don't want to watch it, just close the page. Like close the page, turn off the stereo.
The algorithm
put your
is real
restrictions
good
for your
these
kids.
days. Like
in conclusion, it was just sickening. It was the outfits, the fashions.
It reminded me of Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, like the sets.
It was giving me Digipetty. Like I told Alex that. Yeah, it was giving me like Ladies Code Kiss Kiss era. Like
I can see that.
Please, not pretty.
Mm-hmm. Come on. But so that about wraps up today's episode. We hope you enjoyed our
sexual liberation for all. Period.
Yeah, sexual liberation for femmes, for everyone. Like, come on, let's get it. So,
and if it's not your business, it's not your business. So don't comment about someone else's business. Like, yeah. So, all right. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of The Gays. We'll see you on another one. Bye-bye. Bye.